When I was a little kid, I was obsessed with the idea of VR. I'd watch VR content creators, I would have dreams where I was playing a VR game, I'd lay awake crying at night because I thought I'd never have the money to afford it, and what you have to remember is that this was back in the day before we even had Blade and Sorcery or Bone Lab. But what we did have was Job Simulator, and Richie's Plank Experience, and most relevant to the video you're watching now, Super Hut, which fun fact was the first VR game I ever bought, or played for that matter. And that's why today I dug it up from the graveyard that is my meta library and decided to make a video on it.
How is that not it? How is there more of them? How in the world is there more of them?
Which I'm now realizing was a terrible idea because this game is old and nobody likes old people. I mean, video games. Sorry, a little Freudian slip there.
Okay, that really didn't... Oh gosh, what's that one doing? Oh, I actually got both of them. I wasn't even looking in this direction. I can't survive. Oh, okay, I don't know how I survived that.
Super Hut VR is a game where you play as a black crystal dude fighting red crystal dudes in slow motion. Believe it or not, I just gave you a full plot synopsis. Except there is one thing I left out, and it's arguably one of the most unique things about this game. The slow motion is tied to how much you move. In fact, the tagline of the game is "Time moves when you do," which thank God that's not the case in the real world, because if it was, I would still be 7 years old.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I actually got scared there for a second. No. Wait a minute. Wait, can I get out of here? Is there something I need to do? Oh, okay. Oh, I punched my screen. Man, it would suck to play VR in a room this small, dude. There's no way that monitor's the only thing that's getting punched, alright?
Since I was playing Super Hut before I had any other games, that meant that I played it a lot, and I actually got pretty good at it too. I remember a time when I tried to find the most autistic, hyper-efficient way of beating every level. And now that I'm playing it again, I'm realizing that I don't have any of the skill I used to. Which is why, when I started playing this game again, my goal was pretty simple. Beat the game. Which, I'm gonna be honest with you, felt kind of impossible because the second level took over 20 tries for me to beat.
What is that? Dude, is that a shotgun? Hold up, wait a minute. That's not fair. Dude, did you see that? Did you see how I lined that up? I mean, I was actually intending on catching those guns, but hey. Okay, see, I keep forgetting. Like, I can just take it slow. You know, there's no need to rush, alright?
Something I realized while replaying Super Hut is that there is so many games, like Hard Bullet for example, that try to be all slick and cool with slow motion and stuff. But the fact is, all of those games kind of fall flat when you compare them to Super Hut. And who knows, maybe that's just Mr. Nostalgia suplexing my soul again. But I do honestly think that it's just better.
Hope you don't like your head too much. Dude, I remember doing that, and I punched a cement wall. My hands are all goopy. I don't know what happened. Reach inside. Where's the oh! What? How is that? How is there a disc coming out of my computer screen?
Once I got to the middle of the game, something kind of strange started to happen. I was actually doing really well. And it's hard to describe, but it felt like I just kind of had this sixth sense that told me what to do. Now, some may count this as an act of divine intervention, but I count it as an act of muscle memory. And it was with this newfound muscle memory that I accidentally discovered a way to smuggle weapons from one level section to the next.
Yes, alright. Wait a minute, how do I still have the gun?
And now that I'm thinking back on it, I actually used to use this trick a lot back in the day. And it's pretty simple too. All you have to do is drop the weapon right after killing the last enemy, and then grab it again as soon as your vision turns white. Now for some of you trying this at home, you might think that this is a slight oversimplification, considering how hard it is to time it right, but for me it was almost like riding a bike. Except I'm much less likely to get a concussion from playing Super Hut. Not saying it's impossible though.
All you have to do is drop the item, like this, and then grab it right as the new thing loads in. Man, you know, look at all this like wiring and stuff. You know, PC players really have it tough, don't they? I think my reflexes are actually pretty good. I think I'm doing alright.
Something that's kind of funny to think about is that back when I first bought this game, it took me like 2 straight days to beat it. And now, after all this time of not being in practice, it only took me like an hour and a half. And once it was over, I started pondering just how confusing and non-existent this game's story is. Spoilers, I guess, but this game literally ends with you grabbing a black pyramid and then credits roll. Did that statement sound like it ended abruptly? Yeah, that's because the game does. And do you know what the funniest part is? is, Super Hut VR originally had a slightly longer ending, where instead of you just grabbing the pyramid and that being it, the pyramid would shatter to reveal a gun, which you were supposed to use to subtract yourself from the population. And it's heavily applied that even the quote-unquote real-world sections of the game were all just a simulation. And to be honest, I really think they should have just left that in. I mean, come on, tell me that ending wouldn't have been more memorable.
What the heck? It's in my head. Dude, I'm inserting a disc directly into my forehead. That's probably not good. Come on, man. Oh, hello. Dude, that felt so awesome. It's just such a clean game, you know what I mean? It's all white and stuff, and a lot of people probably wouldn't like it now, but come on, it's just so clean.
Anyways, this is the end of the video. If you made it to this point, I applaud you. This video was not very visually interesting. I hope I was able to make it at least slightly entertaining for you, but I truly hope that you have a great day, and I will see you next week.